Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Seed. My name is Lisa and we're back in my kitchen dealing with some milk. As you can see, today was milk day. I had 9 gallons I had to get through. We had some time that we weren't feeling very good, so I kind of just let it stack up a little bit. So I got some cheese and some butter cheese and some mozzarella going on the stove, and I got some cream cheese already going, and 3 of these gallons went out to the pigs. So what I did was I skimmed off all of the cream here into these 2 containers. So I have my blender here. This is my Ninja, and it has blaze all the way up through it. So I have my Vitamix here that my sister's letting me borrow, and it's fantastic for smoothies and sauces and stuff. But for some reason, because there was only one blade right at the bottom, it wasn't churning my butter. So I was using my KitchenAid mixer with the whisk, and it took forever and ever and ever. And I had to let it sit all day to get warm before it would even do anything at all, and it was just loud. So then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get my Ninja out to try to make butter, which is what I'm gonna show you how to do today. So I have 2 batches here. I just put cream in here, and I'll do it when this is finished. So I just put the blender here on its base, like this. This way is so much easier than the KitchenAid mixer. I wish I had done this way sooner. So I already have it plugged in, and all you do is turn it on and then run it at your lowest setting, and then just watch it, and you'll see it come into different sections like whipped cream, and it will fluff way up, and then it will start going down, and then you'll be able to see the butter proteins separate. So I'll bring you back right before it's ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this going on. All right, so this took about 1.5 minutes. My hands are clean. You can see how this is like a whipped cream already. So we'll just get this going for a minute or so, and then it'll be butter. All right, now once the blender is done, what I do is I have a little measuring cup here with the handle, and then I put a colander on top, and then I just strain the butter through that, and all the buttermilk will catch in the bottom. I'll use it for baking, or I'll take it out and give it to my chickens, or my dog likes it too. So I just get all this butter out of here. Just use my hands, they're clean. There's no way you can do butter really without touching it anyways. And this will help it all drain the buttermilk out. I'm gonna do another batch so it doesn't have to be perfectly cleaned out, but if you're only doing one, then you'll wanna make sure you get all of your butter out. Okay. So now what I do is I kind of just gather it together and kind of press it into a shape. I let this cream sit out for a couple hours probably, just to come to room temperature, and it came to butter just, you know, within 3 minutes probably. So I'm just squeezing a little bit of the buttermilk out. You don't want to press it into the colander, because then it will get stuck there forever and you'll waste a lot of butter that way. So just gently start putting it into one big ball, like that. And then it stays a little better when you rinse all of this buttermilk out. Some people don't do that, and that's fine. I make a lot of this, so I want it to last a long time. I put it in these silicone molds right here like this, and it even gives me tablespoon measurements once I put it in there. And then I can just take out what I want, and I store mine in the freezer. Okay, so once I get the majority out, what I'll do is I'll just put my water on pretty low, and then I'll just continue pressing the rest of that buttermilk out like this, rinsing your butter. And if you don't want to do it with your hands, you could probably do this in a spatula in a different bowl. Some people put it in ice water and wash it that way. That's probably most of it. And then what I do is I just flatten it out, and I just use table salt. I don't measure, so I just kind of guesstimate about a teaspoon worth for this amount of butter. And that also helps preserve it. And then I just mix it in like that too. Once I get it mostly dry, Then I just fill into my molds. Just press it all the way down in there. I found out if I don't do this, press it all the way down in a little bit at a time, it leaves air gaps in there. And then I'll just fill all these molds up until I'm done. Then I'll just smooth them out just like this and pop them in my freezer just like that. I'll bring you back when they're frozen and show you how we wrap them up. All right, well, here I am ready to wrap up the butter. This is the silicone mold with the frozen butter in it, and I just use any type of saran wrap will work. So all I do is just pull out, this one's almost empty here, just a little bit of saran wrap here, and go ahead and cut it. And then I just kind of pull this back this way. My hands are clean. And then I just pop it out of the mold, just like that. And then I just wrap it on up, and I store in the freezer like this until I get a whole bunch together, and then I'll put it in a big gallon Ziploc bag and put it in my deep freezer, and then just grab it as I need it. Thanks for watching, guys.